Hi friends, how are y'all? It is currently Sunday the 24th, kind of in the afternoon. It's actually, wow, it's quite late. It's almost 6 o'clock. And I'm going to film a plan with me, and I'm going to do a talk through plan with me. However, I'm going to try to get like super fancy and take inspo from a lot of people. So at times, if I get carried away, I may have to do a slight voiceover. We'll see. I don't know if I can talk and do date cover deck out. We'll see. But I'm using this super pretty kit from Sadie Stickers. And I think it was made as a request from Tay at Shawnte Plans. And it's called Fairy Tale. And I'm using this kit because it is my wedding anniversary this month, or this week on Wednesday. Been married 10 years. So I figured this would work perfectly. If I'm not mistaken, that was the intent behind the kit. So I'm just quickly showing you this because I did haul it recently. And I have 2 deco sheets, so that's good. I haven't had deco in a few weeks, so that's nice. But I also feel like I went the extra mile, and I pulled out a whole bunch of stickers that I think I want to use. And then I also pulled out a few more down here. So, and I have my notes, which I don't have much to pre-plan, so this will maybe slightly boring. But I'm going to take y'all along with me for the entire week. So you'll see a completed spread at the end of this plan with me, even though you may not see it all today. Because I will memory plan the rest of the week, things that aren't pre-planned. So I do like half of it. So anyhow, yeah, and I also wanted to mention I have these stickers from My Newest Addiction, and I feel like they go really well with the style of the kit, so I'm going to try to use as many of these as I can. However, when I looked at them, a lot that are included in there don't align with stickers I needed this week. Wouldn't you know it, right? Okay, so the first fancy thing I know I want to try to do is use one of these, what are they called? What do we call these? Dangles. But you know what? I'm not going to add that until the end because I don't know if I'm going to have room to put the washi here. So you know what I'm saying. I got to figure out how long this needs to be. But I have high hopes for this week. So let's hope it all turns out very beautifully, which I'm sure it will be pretty. But I have been so rushed planning here lately that I feel like I've kind of done the bare minimum. And this week, I really want to go the extra mile. You know, I'm probably going to be out of my comfort zone a lot because I'm going to take a lot of inspo from like Rachel and Lauren, you know, all the top YouTubers, and Tay, and try to do that real full, you know, use a lot of little filler items. You have to be super careful with this so you don't rip it. And this is from Miss Meow. I think these are absolutely gorgeous. And last time I struggled putting it down because like I was like overthinking it too much. In my head, what I want to happen is I want it to look like it's coming from that upper. Does it? Oh, see, I kind of like, it's at that end. So this is just a little long. So I did learn last week that cutting these is very difficult. Using my slice tool and scissors work better. So let me just get this pulled up and snip. How do you all like planning? Do you like going the extra mile? I call it the extra mile. And doing all the extra, you know, like little filler stuff. I do like that look, but I will say sometimes I feel like it's like a little much for me. So I think that's really pretty. It kind of blends in, but I don't mind. And I did it all the way at the bottom on purpose. I like how that gives me more room. And I actually think I'm at the top probably go ahead and white out that line as well, like the top line. Which I may regret that now that I did that, because now I'm not going to have a base for putting down the headers. But that's okay, because I think I'm going to push them up, and so I don't want that line to be seen. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. I have in my head what I'm going to do. I think I have in my head what I'm going to do. Okay. So this is the part I may have to speed you all through, because in my head, I want to take one of these strips and hang it from the top. Oh, what was I going to use for the quarter? In the corner, I somehow want to incorporate, hang on, I'm getting it. I think I want to use the April script with like one of these in the corner. And I don't know. So what, these are clear. I got them in, like, I think it was an Oops bag, but we'll see. So if I'm going to do this dangle, I need to do it at the end though, right? So I need to put down the date covers first, but then it's too hard to go behind them. So actually not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off so I can have some sticker paper room just to play around with. This part makes me nervous. I don't know why I get nervous about it. I pulled out some of these, which I just made. And then I have tons of small dangles. Oh, I guess I don't want dangles because I'm going to use that overlay. So I guess the only thing I'll be using is the florals and this on each day. So this part I will speed you through because I think personally it would be painful to watch if you had to just like stay real time with me here. Because I don't do this very often, so I'm not a master of the floral layering. So you may be here a while with me. I apologize. My husband called and he's on the road, so I had to answer, and I think I continued stickering, not thinking about it. So my main decision there was I didn't know how far down to push it because I do want it to overlap a little, but not a ton. So I wasn't sure of how deep I needed to go, but that's what I'm going to go with. We'll see how it turns out. I will say I really wish these were contour cut into like a shape. I feel like you can do a lot more fun layering when it's like that, but you know, it's fine. I'm not gonna, you know, stress about that. But you know what? Hang on. Before I go any farther, I'm gonna go ahead and put the date numbers down. So what's that? Tomorrow's 25th. Oh, I wish I had off work tomorrow, people. I don't know. I just do. I was really busy this weekend, so I could use another Sunday. But, you know, I'm going to not stress about it. I'm not going to get the Sunday scaries, which I think it's like Planner. No, it's not Planner Princess, because that's Kiara, right? I don't know. Another YouTuber used to say about the Sunday scaries, and I had never heard that term, but she is absolutely right. On Sundays, I get like overwhelmed, just mainly feeling like I didn't get to accomplish everything I needed to that weekend. And life's just busy, y'all. It's so busy, and I don't know. Sometimes I just wish I could relax more. But at the same time, like, I want to do more, so I don't know. I'm torn. I just had a lot of commitments this month. Like, I don't think I had one free Saturday or Sunday all month. But anyhow, these are just from Sadie Stickers. Like I said, I pulled everything. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, back to decoing. What are we going to do here? I think I wanted to put the numbers down first because I wanted to wrap this floral around. I wish I had more foiled floral like that to work with. I have some vines and whatnot, but I only have roses like that. So that's all I really have to work with, which I printed these myself. So I guess, you know, if I'm wanting more, I could, you know, go paste for some floral designs and just do it myself. which I haven't made stickers in a while. And the reason is last time I made stickers, I really struggled. I don't like it behind it. I think my printer doesn't pull the paper. Ooh, I don't like that. Ooh. I think it doesn't pull the paper evenly each time. And so when it goes to my silhouette, it doesn't register the registration marks even when I, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? I think so. I'm going to add another rose, foiled rose behind that one. But yeah, it doesn't register them because it's not in the correct location. Does that make sense? If you make stickers, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I can't even get it to manually do it. So I run through a ton of sticker paper because they print, they look good, but then when I go to cut it, they don't work. So I kind of got frustrated and told myself that I needed to purchase a new printer, which I still plan to. But the one I'm looking at is, I don't even remember, but I mean, it's expensive. Like, I want to say, I think it was like, I'm going to go ahead and cut this a little shorter. It was like $400 or $500. And, you know, I don't have a sticker shop. I do this just for fun. So I was kind of like, ugh, am I really going to buy that? But who knows? Okay. I'm trying to do them all a little different. Matter of fact, you know, I may just go ahead and use a big foil for that one. Do I like that? The only reason, okay, not that one. I'm going to use a whole flower, but I'm going to use a smaller one. And then I'm going to put another rose to fill in the gap. Or no, those shapes are too similar. Ugh. This is really hard, guys. Which is why I don't... Oh, I just covered up that entire little foiled leaf. Okay. Able to pull it to the front. Okay, that was pretty. This is so much work, which is why I never do it. I think I've done it like once or twice. And this is only for the date covers. Okay, I'm getting higher and higher, so hopefully that will look okay. You know what? Let me go ahead. I don't think I'm going to do it. We'll see. I'm not going to do it yet. I do know, though, that I am going to use these headers underneath. I think that looks really pretty together. And then I'm going to do a divider underneath that. A trim, I guess you could say. Which I may not use any other headers in this spread, including above the boxes. Oh my goodness. I follow this one girl. I cannot remember her name. I'm so sorry. I'll have to put it in the description, or maybe I can tag her on Instagram. But her spreads, every time I see something on Instagram and I love it, it's always her. And she does not use headers above her boxes. So I'm maybe gonna open up. I wish I had a camera so I could open it up and look to wild playing. Oh, that's looking pretty. I like it. I'm gonna put something up there. Is it too much? Is it too much? No, it's not too much. There we go. I think that's perfect. Okay, I'm getting excited now. That's fun. I think the only reason... I've been at church all day today. We had a family meeting, which we eat together. Oh, I shouldn't. I sound awful, right? But we eat together and everything, and it just takes over most of your Sunday. But I made sure I got a lot of my chores already done. And since my husband's out of town, I don't have to worry about dinner. I had my groceries delivered. My laundry's done. So I have minimal to do to prepare for tomorrow. So I'm really able to take my time and enjoy. And I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. Are y'all seeing this? Okay, I'm like tooting my own horn here. Okay. Continue on. And I'm going to keep it open to this page for a minute, just because I want to see what I did, you know, the previous day, so I can kind of vary it up. Okay, I don't know where that came from. That's not usually my attitude. Let's see. And I've barely used any of the floral. That's insane to me. How if you really, really, you know, try, you can make a lot happen with a little. Okay. And I try to make it go all different directions. Ooh, I don't like that, touching that too. There we go. Am I just going to do another big one? I really don't want to do a big one because of that, but it's kind of like, I wish someone else could tell me. Maybe I could do a big one, but I keep it low. Okay, let's see. It's so fun to have deco this week. I think, I can't remember. I think I said it in my last plan with me that, you know, at first I was like, I told myself, use all your kits, your older kits, even if they don't have deco. And, okay, I'm going to cut a little excess off right here. Just get rid of some of the white. There we go. Anyhow, I told myself, use all your kits, even if you don't have deco, it'll be fine. But then Sadie Stickers had a sale on her floral deco, and it was all $2. So Friday night, hot Friday night, I tell you, I pulled out every kit I had that didn't have deco and tried to match it with deco from Sadie Sticker Shops. So if I get that order soon, I should potentially have deco for all my upcoming kits. Isn't that exciting, guys? Which sometimes she takes a little while to ship, so it may not be too soon. I got to figure out what height this is. See, oh, that's annoying because I have no idea how far down. Can y'all tell? I can't tell. Is that far enough? Is that too far? Is it equal? I feel like it's higher, right? Hang on. Yeah, it's not. It's. I cannot tell. Shit. I'm sure if I like, is that better? Oh well, we're gonna go with it. Okay, we're just gonna have to go with that's even with the other side. I don't understand why I can't figure it out. That's stressing me out though. But anyhow, sorry, that got me all distracted. Oh, I want to leave it open so I can glance over there and see what I was doing. Just so I have a reference for variety. Okay. I think I'll go ahead and use a big floral. Why not, right? Haven't used any of these. These are pretty. Then tiny, tiny. There's a lot of variety in this sheet. Works out nicely. I think I'll just do that right there. I like how on Tuesday I didn't use any big floral. It really added, I know it's kind of different, but to me it works. And it adds a lot of variety. So trying to see how I did that actually. Okay, there we go. And then I just need something else. Look, how about this long rose? Ah, if I can get it off. There we go. I was hoping today or this weekend to get 2 Plan With Me's done. That's kind of interesting. It's not my favorite one, but I do appreciate that it's just different. Yeah, I was trying to get my memory Plan With Me for Easter done today, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think this Plan With Me is probably going to wipe me out because I have a feeling it's going to be very long. But I'm going to go ahead and throw down this one. Yeah, so Easter I couldn't pre-plan because I didn't have a kit, which I'm sure you probably all heard by now. I've been talking about it, I feel like, forever, not having a kit. But I did get a kit, and I actually have everything pulled to use, so I'm excited about that. But it's just the act of actually, I don't know, memory spreads like stress me out. Is anyone else like that? Like my pre-plant, I'm going to use one of these tiny little greens to fill in this little hole right here. Yeah, so memory spread, since everything's done, it's way more overwhelming. Whereas my pre-planning, you know, I do the base and then fill in things I know. And so that only leaves me, I fill in the rest throughout the week, so it breaks it up. So, I don't know. It works for me. So I need another floral for sure. And I think I'm going to cut it in half and use it 2 different places. I'm going to need to print some more of those. Let's see. I'll do it on this side. One thing I haven't done is kind of put the a larger floral in the very center. So I think that's what I'm going to try with this one. I hardly even, it feels like I hardly used any of the floral. That's crazy. This is, I probably didn't even need 2, to be honest with you. There, I like that one. That one's pretty. You know, I thought I had like the little bees or something I could work in here with all this floral. You know what? I should. Hold, please. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Don't laugh. So I have all this butterfly stuff. I don't have the bees. I don't know. But it's all in black because I didn't know what color foil I would want it in. And I'm too cheap to order everything in all foils. That just gets way too expensive. So I knew I wanted it in gold. So I folded it in gold. So I'm going to take a break real quick, and I'm going to go foil these in rose gold. Since I know they would look so cute, like these butterflies sprinkled up there. So I'm going to foil these, and I'll be back. And I think everything's from Letters to Apollo. Yeah, this whole set's from her. So I do this. I love that she sells them in black, so I can make that decision and do it at home. Okay, be back. Okay, I got everything foiled. These are going to be so cute to add. Can't believe I almost forgot those. I would have been so upset. So let me add my washi strips over here. Man, I got a lot going on my desk. You should see it. It's quite messy. Sorry. Oh, you can see it. That's funny. It's funny to me, probably not y'all. Sorry. I don't know how like all the other planner girls gathered plans. I keep saying the same people, but that's who I watch. I don't know how they do it. They always keep everything so clean in their workspace. That's just not realistic for me. So you're going to have to see it. Sorry, guys. We get an extra header. But yeah. Do y'all also feel like there's not near as many people filming Plan With Me's? Now, I feel like I used to watch so many more people, and now there's just not as many. I really, really miss Holly Plans. She was always like my fave. And I was so sad when she just like dropped out of, and it was just like abrupt, and she was so consistent. So that was kind of disappointing, but that's okay. She was also like, I think, best friends with Maria from Two Little Bees. So I'm always like tempted to write a note in my notes to sell her and be like, is Holly Plans okay? But I kind of think that's a little personal, so I don't know. But I hope she is. I always really enjoyed watching her. Now that I'm looking at it, those I all put in the white space, and this one I did not. Okay, I need to move that one up just a smidge. Let's see if I can actually... If it doesn't come up easy, I won't worry about it, but let's see. I'm also trying not to mess up my manicure. I found this place that actually gives really good, it came right up, basic manicures. So I'm going to start trying to go more often. I really enjoy it, and it's convenient because it's right by my work. So anyway, and I got to put the other trims. I'm going to need to order more of these from Pretty Pink Co. I used that up just this week and last. Which she is definitely one of my fave shops. I think I have 3 orders right now out with her that I think are all on the way too. So that's exciting. And I don't remember what I ordered. So you want to hear something really funny? What's the shop? Is it Missing Me Out? No. Harriet Wright Designs. She had a sale recently. Okay. Let me, before I tell that story, let me make sure. Let's see what I want to do with my, before I put the butterflies in, let's see about using this. I told you, we're going all out today. Just going to see if I can loop this down some way. And oh my gosh, I wish I had more of these because I feel like I need to finish it on the top. But you know, I'm just not going to be able to, which is okay. But shoot, I almost am tempted to make one real quick. Because I mean, it's just dots, right? Yeah. I say real quick. I'm not a good sticker maker, so it would not be real quick. Okay. Oh, this is so dainty. Come on. Let's see. I was like holding my breath. Oh, I love it. Okay, that is fun. And I'm definitely going to put in, I have, those are too big. These are too big. I have these, and these. Oh, and I missed the foiling right there. I'll have to redo those, which I can just send them through again. If you do that, it rubs off the extra foil. Right? Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, which ones? I think I want to use, I think I'll use this version because they're, oh, I just love them. Put them up here. I'm just going to put them everywhere. I feel like that's the trend, right? You just kind of layer it up. It's hard for me because I don't like gaudy at all. Like any aspect of life, like, but I really love these. I decided I'm going to go ahead and use some of these too. Which are called the large clusters. Oh my goodness. I am so glad I remembered I had those freaking butterflies. Shoot, I'm tempted to try to work some in down here, but no, I'll leave it. I think they'll get lost if I put it down there. Okay, so on this side, I need to figure out, I'm going to wait to do that because I need to figure out what I'm going to do over here first. I think I know what I want to do with those. Can I? Oh, wait. Does that go over that? Okay, I may waste one of these because I'm not sure if it'll work. And I hope not because I really, really like my April script. But let me see. Oh, I guess I don't have to put the April script under it. Let's see. If I put... Sorry, if you don't like a chatty plan with me, you may want to click out now because I'm really talking through my whole, which I hope y'all can see, my whole thought process on everything. I'm going to try to put the floral in here somehow. Somehow I can make it work, right? Does that look ugly though? Is that ugly? Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to cut this. Or should I coming up from the bottom? Okay, which one of these fits? I kind of want to use the mint. Because the little bird would get lost. Actually, you know what? I'm trying to do what's already done here. If I put that over that, let's see. Y'all get where I'm going? I'm trying to put that down. And then put this box over it. They're not the exact same size, but you know, they're pretty close. And then if I put my, I like how that's kind of in the background a little, not too much. Let's see. If I put my April script over that. And I've seen nowadays that most people aren't like perfectly layering. Is that pretty? I think it's pretty. It's kind of small. So then do I want to put a big floral behind it coming out? Oh yeah, I think that will work, right? Oh yeah. So let's do that. I don't think I've been as excited to plan in a really long time. Too bad I don't have hours on hours every Sunday. I like it like that. Okay, we're going for it. Going for it. Oh yeah, that's super cute. I may need to do something over here. Oh, butterflies, butterflies. It's a bigger one. Do I want to? Yeah. Bigger ones, or I could do this cluster coming up. What do y'all think? Oh, you know, I like the clusters, but for this particular, ooh, what do we think? No, because I need something more over here. For this particular kit, I think those clusters are just too bold. But I am going to use a bigger butterfly, I decided. I'm just going to do... Oh my goodness. I'm going to do right there and then some type of cluster. Okay, I want the white out. And I'm going to do another one over here on this side. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, do I need another one? Oh, yeah. We'll do a smaller one down here. I now see why you use so much dang deco. Okay. I kind of feel like I need something there. Do I want to add some greenery? Yay or nay, peeps? Tell me in the comment, because I damn sure will go remove it. Yay? Nay? Okay, I'll leave it, and then if you tell me to remove it, I'll remove it. Be right back. My dogs need to go potty. Okay, so now that I have that done, which I think that is my cutest script area ever. I'm absolutely in love with it. But now I'm not going to do the hanging over the entire side. Ugh. So let's see how that's going to work. That may be more difficult because of the fact I'm going to have to like break up the pattern. Let's see. Okay, I think, yeah. Okay, I see where I want to snip it. I'm going to snip it right after. I got lucky. Like where it ended is like just perfect for the length, like for the aesthetic. Man, these are hard to put down. Just because I'm so like clumsy, I feel like. Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta open that and see it together. God's tootin'. Oh, man, now I'm gonna want to do all this every week. Oh, that's so pretty. So gorgeous. I don't think they're the same height, and I'm trying not to stress over that, but, you know, whatever. Okay, what? I just used, okay, I only used the little ones. I wonder if she still has these in their shop. I feel like I can go back and already add more. You know, you just don't know how much you're going to use something. And it, even though they're only $2, it gets expensive really quickly. So, okay. Oh my gosh. But I love butterflies. So, and this is one of the few kits besides you'll see next week, Easter, that I bought like all of it. And I can see how it makes it easier to plan for sure. So, I think that's the only one of these I'll use. I don't know. I may try to incorporate them in. They do layer really nicely with those boxes. So, maybe I will. I wonder if they talked to each other and decided what size to make them. Since they both work with Rachel of Gathered Plans, you know, if they're like, hey, my boxes are this size and they'll work. You get what I'm saying. Okay. layering items. I'm going to do one habit tracker to keep up with watering my plants. I have a garden going, and I don't want to forget because that's not something I always have to do. So I definitely, tracking it helps. That's the only time I need a tracker is when it's something out of the ordinary. And then I am going to use my dinners box, obviously. And then I'm going to use this to do as well. Just trying to figure out how I want to divide it. I could use this divider just to, if I can get it off, there we go. I am. Just to keep some consistency. Even though the alignment's not the same, I still think it'll like look really good. I think I have. I thought I had like a little bit of trim so I could have trimmed it, but I don't. That won't bother me though. It'll be fun. What did I do? Oh, with these. And I don't know if I ever said, but these are from Papers Muse Crafts. And I don't own many dividers like this at all. I say that, don't let me lie to you. I bought all these full length ones from the Pretty Pink Co. here lately. So, okay, even though that's not the same height, it like carries on the trend. So I like that. I'm going to put down my habit tracker first. I still, since I am a pre-planner, I use my sidebar functionally. So I still got the basics over here. Oh, shoot. I forgot. No, I wanted to use a this week script. And my script I'm using is from Letters to Apollo. And I think in order to keep it pretty simple, I'm going to use one of these page flags. I'm just glancing to make sure there's nothing else I want to use. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And that's a lot of floral, so I don't feel like I need a ton of floral. Instead, I think what I'll do is try to bring in one of the larger butterflies. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That'll be perfect. Come on, sticker. Y'all know how, oh, what's it called? Premium matte can be difficult sometimes. Oh, it is cut through there, so that makes it a little more difficult. But even when it's cut through like that, the sticker's still 100% usable. Okay, so we got that. So now let me move on. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like font on font, so I'm gonna wait and put this at the bottom. Instead, I'll go ahead and use my I'm gonna use the tiniest gap, and I'm gonna use the dot dividers in between. And I only have one strip left, so I think it'll divide everything I need. Hopefully so. If not, that'll be upsetting. I also have these line dividers that are thin. Because my problem is I don't like the look of just putting that in between. I feel like I need something. Do you feel like that? Okay, what if I put just one of these? And then that? Is that better? We'll go with it. I don't really know if it's better, to be honest with you, but it's a plan. Sorry, my dogs are behind me and one's trying to get the other one to play and he's not really feeling it. Oh, are y'all in frame? I hope so. I can't quite see. Y'all are up pretty high today. Which, is that too high? Do I need to bring you in lower? Not gonna lie, I don't like... No, that'll be fine. I think I'll leave it. Okay, so I do down here have room for the bottom washi. That's weird. Usually I feel like I run out of room, which I could put one of these. Actually, you know what? I think I am. I love... That's why, oh my gosh, people. I fucking forgot to put down a quote box. Are you kidding me? I was like, why do I have so much room down here? That's why, genius. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need a quote box. So, I am so glad she has easy paper to remove. I can't even begin to tell you how annoyed I am with myself. But, you know, it is what it is. We're just going to move on from it and be done. But I think I want to put the pink. No, whatever. I'm frustrated now. Sorry. Everything was going so great. Were y'all like, just like screaming at me? Or were y'all like, what is this chick doing? Now, am I going to have room? Okay. That and that. I don't think I'll have room for these dividers. So let me go ahead and put this all the way where I need it to go. Here I am, like, over here thinking, I'm going to add an extra box at the bottom. I have all this room. Why do I have all this room? Slow down, because because you freaking didn't. Yeah, that's too tight, so I'm not going to use those. Because I didn't put a quote box. I don't think I've ever, since I've been playing since 2015, like decoratively, I have never forgot to put down a quote box. Ever. That's funny. Funny. I'm just going to use this pretty much everywhere. There's a gap. Actually, I'm going to skip that one for now. Just in case I don't have enough. These little dots are really forgiving because once you cut them, you can't exactly tell where the paper ends. So, get what I'm saying? I think I gotta, rather than put it down there, like underneath, I think I like it better at the top. What do you think? Or do I go there? No, I like it at the top better. Okay. If I had one more, I would do both, but I don't. But what I do have, I have a whole bunch of little leftovers. Let me see. You think I can piece it together? I think so. I think it's going to be like just enough, to be honest with you. And I don't think you can tell. Let's see if I turn it. Okay. I have 2 single freaking dots. Okay. It doesn't look the best like that, but it definitely works, right? I could if I wanted to add that right there, but then I think it's just too much. So I am absolutely in love. I think it's so pretty, and I'm proud of myself. I've never done it like this, like where it's this intense. I thought I would think it looked gaudy, but I don't. I feel like it looks gorgeous. So I'm going to zoom you in and we'll get started day by day. And I promise it will go much quicker now. Okay, I hope the lighting didn't change too much. I was definitely struggling there. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep... Oh, you know what? I lied. I did not do the bottom yet, so I need to do that. So, man, you can really go through these quick. I thought... That's funny, because I used, like, you know, all of that the dot sheet, and then pretty much there was 5 of these, and I'm going to use 4 of them. So, and on this one, I needed to end... I'm going to do it opposite. I'm going to cut it opposite, so it's like opposite of what's on the top. Does that make sense? To me, it does. I'll show you in just a sec. So, see how it ends with this dangle? I did it so the other end ended with that dangle. Just for some variety. And I am going to put it... Why does it feel shorter now? Oh, no, it's perfect. Dang. That is so good. Good, I tell you. And I hesitated getting this kit. I was like, I don't need this kit. I won't like this kit. Yeah, right. If you don't have this kit and you're unsure, go buy it now, I tell you. Okay. Let's see. I got a mess. Okay, Monday, the first thing is I wanted to start with coffee. And I think that's because I'm going to, I start pretty much every day with coffee. But I specifically wanted to maybe stop and get a specialty coffee because I need gas. And I thought, hey, why not just like, make something out of it, right? So let me see. I'm going to try to not get too carried away with all these fun little... Okay, stopping to get coffee is not worth all that. Why is everything so difficult, people, to decide? Or is it just me? I may have to cut this decision making out. I'm torn because I want to use something because I'm trying to like, oh, you know what? I can just put floral under there. So let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to, go above and beyond, which I'm not used to doing. So I'm like double thinking everything. So I think what I'll do, I want some color behind that. So I think I'll just add, can I squeeze this somehow? Is that silly? No, I think it's cute. It's kind of coming out of it. Let's see. And if I can sit this little greenery right here. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Am I getting carried away or not? Let's see if it stays together. And this script is from the Glitter Mama. I absolutely love her shop. If you haven't checked her out, check her out. I haven't had her in a haul in a really long time. I don't know why, but I need to go check her out. Oh, and that leaves a little spot for, you know what? Let's see. Kind of want a different one. She's calling the large clusters, which, matter of fact, I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use a small one. I'm going to go through this whole sheet, which is fine. I just need to save some for the second half. Okay, I actually really like that. I think it's pretty. Okay, and then it is my weigh-in day for Weight Watchers. I feel like a circle would really go well with the weigh-in, even though it's not something. And I'm going to cut off just a tiny bit and offset it, which I think people do this, but I definitely enjoy doing this. And then I'm going to do it from this side though. And here I do want a substantial foil. Floral, not foil. Now my question is, do I want the floral on front or in back? No, I'm going to put my weigh-in sticker like that. Ash, hush it. I'm not loving this. What am I not loving? Well, I like that better. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, we're going there. So that's my weigh-in. I don't know how I'm going to fit it right there, but we'll deal with that later. And then the other thing I got is I have my workouts all week, and I'm going to do them the same way, and I'm going to use these little weights, and these are also from the Glitter Mama. And I lift weights 3 times, and I think I want to use these and layer this over it. How cute would that be? Okay. That does not layer perfect, which I didn't take into account that the stickers may not be the exact same shape and like test it out before. But regardless, I don't think you can tell, right? It's not like that obvious. So let me put that down. Oh, I'm going to push it down just a smidge. And I'm going to put some floral. Come on, floral. I'm going to do some floral coming out the top. I wish that dog would hush it. I don't know what he's barking at. Who knows? He has a bark collar. And if I put his bark collar on him, he'll shut up. He doesn't like it beeping at him. But I take it off of him sometimes. Because my husband, he made the point of, we don't want him to not bark when he's inside in case there is, you know, an intruder or something like that. We don't want him to be against barking. Okay. I don't like that. What should I do over there? Is this, he's outside now barking. I should go get him. Anyhow, this is where I start thinking that it is looking too repetitive and kind of gaudy with the floral. And the same like deco, like I'm wanting to add more of these. Is it too much, or do you just commit and go for it? I think I'm just going to commit and go for it because I don't ever do that. And I feel like it kind of needs it, right? I don't know. Okay. You'll again have to tell me. And then I still want to use the weights. There we go. Okay, so that is like a lot of layering. And I only have to do that 2 more times. Okay, so that is all I have for Monday. And I have to say, love. Tuesday, I have even less to put in. And the first thing I have to put in is my housekeeper comes. But I'm using the same script as this one. So I do not want those side by side. Oh my goodness, people. I am totally forgetting my boxes again. Oh, okay. Let me think this through. Okay, so I thought about it and I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave out that box. It's my least favorite box, which is odd because I really like letters and stuff. But anyhow, and I know I'm going to use this one on my actual anniversary. So I think I'm going to put this one on Monday, which is super cute. I love the little bird cages. That would have been also really cute to have for this week, which I don't, but that's okay. Okay, am I gonna do it where I don't have a header? Can I do that? I don't know. She does it and it looks wonderful, but then I'm like second guessing that. Which if I have to use any, I'm going to do this simple line. Huh, should I do it? I don't know. You know what? I kind of don't want to. But the only reason I'm kind of thinking to do it now is because I don't like that green on green. You know what? I preferred it without the header. I'm going to leave it out. Even though it's like green near green, I'm going to skip the header for the first time in a really long time. I think what I would like is a trim. Which I think I still have 7 of these. So I could just trim it. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So I just got to leave a little width. I've realized just with this kit, it seems to not be fitting exactly between the lines, which is odd because this is a Sadie stickered planner. Okay, I'm going to use this one. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason in my head why. But it just seems like that one. Okay, so now I can do, and I'm going to, since it's the same script, I'm going to do this same layering. Which I didn't pull. Yeah, I did pull an icon. I'm going to use one from my newest addiction sheet. I just bought these. She only did the sampler right when she first released them, which was recently. I got the samplers just so I could try them out. I don't know if I will order more because there are a lot that I don't see myself using often. And I really like how that one turned out. So maybe I will do the same. I will. Why not? Go ahead and add some different floral elements. That one can come. I'm going to do it more in the center, and that way I leave myself some room for some butterflies. And I could even do a small piece underneath if we wanted. Now I know why they always, like, I feel like used to in the planner community, it was more common to have talk through plan with me's. And that now we've kind of progressed to mostly voiceovers. And I think I know what that is now. Because used to, I feel like everyone pre-planned. Too much? Oh, well, we're going for it. Pre-planned. And when you pre-plan... Okay, scratch all that. What I'm trying to say is we didn't do all this decorative stuff. And if you do these talk through, they're always going to be so freaking long. But if you do a voiceover, you can speed it up and cut it down. That was my whole point. Okay. So I don't have anything else written on Tuesday. Oh, no, that's not true. So yes, my cleaner's coming and she steams my floor, and that is my request. But I bought a new mop and I want to do it right when she leaves so that, you know, it's already clean, if you will, that I'm just using my new mop. I could leave it out for her and have her do it, but I want it steamed and then mopped, and I feel like that's too much to ask of one person, even though I pay her. I don't want her to be like, what? This lady's crazy. But anyhow, so that's me. I'll mop, and I'll just put that right there, and I'll add some pretty florals from the side. Is that too much? Slightly. I'm gonna I'll go with this one. Come on. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not going to tell someone they need to mop my house twice with 2 different types of mops. That seems a bit excessive, so I would like to try it out myself, and then the mop versus the steamer I may just use every now and again. Okay, I think that works well. I don't feel like I need an icon. So, and then Wednesday is the big day. 10 years, I tell you, 10 years. Okay, but I don't want to put it at the top, and I have my reasonings. I just can't really explain them right now for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and put at the top my working out. So it's week 4, day 2. And this is my final week of that program. It's only 4 weeks, and I'm quite excited. I'm ready to move on to another program. My little weight's down there. So I'll go ahead and start the day off. Okay, so my reasoning for not wanting to put my anniversary at the top is because I am wanting to use one of these, and that I don't think that'll look good together. I never finished the story about the Harriet Wright design. So anyways, I had ordered from her a while back and totally forgot I'd ordered, right? And then she had a sale, I think this week or whatever. And I was getting ready to check out, and I was like, you know, that looks familiar. I think I own that kit. So I came in my room and I checked all my kits, and I didn't find it. So I was like, okay, you don't own it. Okay, I am going to go ahead and use them. I feel like they're too cute not to. But, so I ordered it or whatever. And then it dawned on me to look back, and I looked back at my orders, not even for the Harriet Wright design order. I was like, man, I have a lot of pending orders. Let me check my email. Sure enough, there was Harriet Wright design. And when I clicked, it was the freaking same kit I reordered. Isn't that hilarious? But she was so sweet. I immediately emailed her, and she changed it out for another kit for me. So all is well, but I have never done that in all my years of planning, ordered the same kit twice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and right under that, put the wedding dress one. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. I have no idea what we're doing either. Kind of a little sad about that. I do know in September we're going to Italy. We went to Italy for our 5-year anniversary, on our anniversary. And we chose, oh my goodness, I don't like that. Oh. You see what I'm not liking? I'm not liking the 3. It feels like it's too divided, but I'm going, ooh. Okay, yeah, I didn't like having those 3 dividers, so I'm going to go ahead and use one of these from the Gathered Layers collection. And I'm torn if I should keep just using these, what I used on Monday, or if it's okay to switch back and forth between the 2 circles. And I think I'm going to just switch back and forth, to be honest, because I want to incorporate both. So anyways, I'm just going to do that. I don't remember what I was saying. I'm sorry. I apologize. I got frazzled there for a sec. I think I haven't used any of the butterfly dangle. I have a harder time with this. I don't know. They just always kind of look weird to me. I could use one of these big butterflies there. I'm going to do that. Butterfly bunch is what she's called. What they're calling them. There we go. That'll look cute. Oh, I know what I was saying. So anyways, when we went to Italy for our 5-year, we went on our actual anniversary. Had a great time. But it was cool still. And this time we're going back and only staying in one particular region that has water. So we're opting to go when it's a bit warmer. So we can actually like get into the water and whatnot. So with that being said, we didn't actually plan anything on the month or day of our anniversary. So I don't know what we're going to do. So that's a little sad because it is a big one. It's 10 years. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping my husband surprises me with something. It's looking fairly full for me. That's quite a bit. Okay, so let's move on to Thursday. I'm trying to pay attention to my box placement. So, matter of fact, I may just leave it open. It doesn't bother me to work like that. Okay, before I get any farther, I did want to go add just a few more things. I got tired of, not tired, I just thought it was looking like there was way too many butterflies already. So I remembered I had all these heart decos. So I decided, you know, it's my anniversary. I should use those too. Some other of the deco I actually put away. So it would just be like, sorry, out of sight, out of mind. I think I may add these to every full box. What do you think of that? Is that too much? Too little? Not necessarily. You know what? I've already started sticking, so I guess I am going to do it. Yeah, I am going to do that. I usually don't add any type of overlays to full boxes, but for some reason I'm in the mood. I guess I'm getting carried away with all this extra. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And it reinforces the love. So anyways, I put away a lot of the extra stuff I had pulled because I realized I was going to use mainly the butterflies, but I wanted to go back and add some hearts here and there just to tie it all together before I got too far along, you know. Hearts, and I figured I could use some of this tiny, tiny dots, which is from the Glitter Mama also. I didn't know I bought those from her. It's probably from a grab bag. Okay, anyways, to Thursday. What are we going to do on Thursday? What am I going to do on Thursday? Let's see. Oh, I covered up my plans. I'm running out of steam, folks. Okay, so on Thursday, I need to do our budget because we get paid on that Friday, and I want to close out the April budget. I'm trying to see if Mrs. Meow has anything that'll work for that. There's a computer. You know, I think I will just to tie in more of these icons because I've only used one so far. I'll go ahead and use that because I do it on the computer. I think this is simple enough. I know this playing with me will probably turn a lot of people off. And I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, I plan for myself. I would love for people to watch because I really love the editing process. But at the end of the day, this is for me. Do I need anything else? Or can I just I'm just going to let that be. I feel like I may sprinkle in something at the end, but no, hell, why not? Let's go ahead and add it. She gives you all these great little greeneries. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's enough. Okay, moving right along. I had pulled something for budget, but that's okay. That's all I have on Thursday to put. And then on Friday, I work out again. Oh, let's add a full box. Let's see. Which one do we want? It needs to be a floral. And I think I'm going to add the wood grain kind of at this wood grain floral at the bottom. It seems like that would be a nice, I don't know. And then on Friday, I think I'm going to add the tree towards the top. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll go ahead and add my full box down at the bottom. When I do plan as I go style, which that's where I refer to this as, I'm not paying attention to the box. Sometimes I will hold and not put all the boxes down. And then sometimes I'll like randomly put them down. But if I do randomly put them down, I still try to like play it safe to not make the spacing weird. Like putting this one all the way to the bottom, you know? You get what I'm saying? So that way it doesn't backfire on me. Okay. So I'll move on to Friday, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I want to go ahead and put this box at the top. I think that's good color placement. Okay, so let me go ahead and put that down there. And I have two things I need to mark on Friday. Payday and my lifting session. Layering icons, I swear, are like just never the right size for me. They're always like too little or way too big. But I'm going to make that work. I still don't love it. What am I not liking? I think once I write it in and I put some stuff around it, it'll be better. So we're going to let it be. But I'll come back to it. If I still hate it in a minute, I'll come back to it. So here's my final workout. And this one doesn't have any background floral, so I'm tempted to add some to it. Matter of fact, I will. Why not? You know, I would just add it. Rio! I don't know. Rio, stop. I don't think I'll like that. So I just gotta go week 4, day 3. And that will end my program, which is exciting. Okay, I'm gonna do the weights over here, so I want the flower on the other side. And then I'm done with that. I will definitely not be using these anymore. I feel like I'm getting tired. And my creativity is kind of being lost. I hope. But I'm almost done with the week. And then I'll come back as the week progresses and keep filling everything out. So hopefully the second half of the week doesn't end up looking like way less exciting than the first half. Okay. Add my little weights. Where was I putting them at? Yeah, like kind of like right there. That'll work. And I think I'll do like I did on the other side and have some floral coming out the top, which I need. Actually, you know what? I may just do just like this instead. No, that doesn't look cute. I want it looking more. Nope, I'm going to put it off the top. I was trying to I was actually trying to see if I could make it through this whole spread with only using one sheet of deco, but I'm down to just the littles, so I'm going to go ahead and crack into that one when needed. Oh, I think I'm going to finally use a dangle. I can use a dangle here. One of my butterfly dangles. That'll be cute. Now, if I use one here, though, I got to make sure I use them somewhere else in the spread. Or at least try. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Where else could I use one? I'll have to remember to, on the left side, incorporate them somehow. I still have the bottom of the week, so I can do that for sure. Okay. What else do I have on Friday? Oh, yeah. My puppy dog, Rio, has a grooming appointment. He gets his hair did, which we're trying something new. They're actually coming to the house, which I'm quite excited about. But, man, it's, like, really expensive. It's, like, way expensive to have them come to the house. I'm going to cut this down so it's not the full width. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah, so usually when we take him to the groomer, it costs me, if I'm not mistaken, let me see if I can remember this correctly. It varied, but sometimes it was like 75, right, or 75 or 65, I'll say. Whereas this lady, she's going to charge, well, she charges, not she is going to charge. Dang it, I don't think I'm going to use this one now. I guess I can do that. I'll do that. It's kind of weird to me that there's a bird cage above him, but I can't be picky. You know, I'm being way too picky if I'm going to not like that. I'm going to use that right there. There we go. That's cute. Oh, I'm not using any butterflies, people. Okay, let's back up. Let's go throw in some butterflies. Yeah, there we go. Let's throw in some dots. I guess I haven't used many because of the fact that I haven't put as much plans down as I did at the beginning of the week, so it's kind of harder to sprinkle like the deco or whatever. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does. Okay, and I still want to remember to use my drop parts. So anyways, but the reason why we're doing this, having him come to the house this time, is because last time he went to the groomer, they cut his paw, and they cut it like pretty big time. And so I just don't want to use that groomer again. And this is really our only other alternative I found. There's not a lot of groomers where we live, so it is what it is, right? So hopefully it'll be worth it and he will not be traumatized. I'm hoping this is his first groom since the incident, and he's gotten groomed like his whole life since he's had all his shots and was able to get groomed. So I'm really hoping he doesn't remember it and is like scared of the groomer. So I don't know. What am I doing? Okay, that looks silly. I'm not doing that. Okay, where am I at? I just didn't love what I did right there. I feel like it's too weird. But whatever, I'm going to leave it for now. Okay, on to Saturday. Saturday we have one thing, and it is our friend. It's his birthday. It's actually one of our friend's son. So we'll go to that. I'm going to use those balloons from the kit. It's quite a ways away, so it's going to be quite the drive for us, which we absolutely do not mind. Maybe I'll use, I'm going to end up, again, I don't like that on that. That's the problem. If I went to use these headers, I would like this, but since I use those headers, I don't like that look. Okay. Anyways, so I'm not quite sure what he's turning. I think he's probably turning, if I had to guess, I think it's like 5. But he recently lost his father earlier this year, so he needs all the support he can have. So of course we're going to go support him. I'm going to use one of the other circles. Okay, we'll put that down. And how am I wanting to incorporate the balloon? I think just like that, right? Yeah, there we go. I think that's really cute. Add some of these butterflies. Yeah, there we go. Add some. Can I get away with? No, I don't need that. I was like wanting to do a dangle. Dots, dots. Where are you dots? Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy after this playing with me. But that's okay. Okay. I need to remember I'm using hearts too, because I used some hearts over here. So now I need to incorporate hearts here. I'll work that in. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and add some to little Rio. These are just like much bigger. You know, this was when Scatter Deco or Scatter, whatever you want to call these, just started. And the sizing wasn't nearly as dainty as they are nowadays. Which I love both. Some of them can be quite hard to see, to be honest with you, when they're really little. So we still had to get him a gift. Luckily, his mom sent me his Amazon wish list, which I asked for that. I was like, do you know anything? So I'm just waiting to pick out something with my husband. Once my husband gets home, he's driving home from out of town. So when he gets home, we'll look at it together and decide what to buy the kid. Okay, so that'll be for his birthday. And that's all we have. We'll do something afterwards, but I want to go ahead and put down my full box, which is going to be a floral. And then, oh, I feel like I should do a little floral coming out of this. Let me just snip him in half. I say him. Who knows if the stickers have any gender. There we go. I hope y'all were in that frame. Okay, so that's all I have for Saturday. What do we got on Sunday? Let's do Hello March. Got a very pretty Hello March script. And what am I thinking? You know what? I think I'm going to repeat how I did the monthly. I think that would be kind of fun, right? So I layered that over one of the boxes that already had a floral. So that's what I'm going to do again. And my Hello Monthly script is the same, from the same shop as my monthly script, which I'm not too great about keeping all my fonts the same. I mean, and I would like to be, but I'm just not. Okay. So there we go with that. Let me get my Hello May. And I think this is from Hello Pink Paper Co. Is that what it is? And I'm going to offset it again. I think that really looked nice with the florals behind it. But yeah. So let me find my florals. Definitely glad I got two. So how do we do this? I like that right there. That's pretty, because I like how the flow, as Lauren from Plan Mish Plans would say. I like how that like cycles down. And cycles down is probably not the right word. And to be extra cheap and frugal, I'm gonna cut this part out in case I need it. I swear. Okay, there we go. See? That's one thing I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do. Okay, so I'm definitely going to add some hearts. Let's go ahead and do that. Hearts and some butterflies. Can squeeze a heart right in there. Let's see, can I squeeze a little butterfly flying away over here? And then I feel like I still want something over here. Another butterfly. I absolutely love these. Absolutely. There we go. That'll work. That's fancy for Hello May. But it works. Oh, shoot. I need to add some heart dangle here. This one I have to be a little more careful to put it straight. And I think I've just done 2 on each one. Oops, I ripped that one. But I really could get away with more on here. And these are definitely oops from, do I want to do it all the way? No. Oops from the Giving Girl, because I didn't order these, and I order a lot of oops from her. And so that's why when you saw that one stick, I mean, it isn't oops. So don't worry about that. Okay, that'll be enough right there. Sunday. Oh, I gotta work. I gotta work at Bumsy. Which it may be my last shift. Who knows? I listened to headphones the entire time I'm there, so I could do that. Alternatively, I could use this desk, even though... You know what? I'm going to do the desk. It's not true, accurate what I do, but that's okay. And the reason why is because this is a white script. And if you remember on Monday and Tuesday when I used white script, I layered them a certain way. And since I'm using another white script, I want to continue that layering. So, oh no, that is not what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to have just the littlest bit of the floral. I need something, some color around this side, but I want it behind it. Yeah, that'll work. I don't love it, but it'll work. Okay, and then here, I'm going to do it where it's a floral, like my own little bouquet out the top. So let's see if I can design one. I do not like that. I swear, when the other girls do it, I feel like, I don't know if it's just how they edit it, but it feels like every time they put something instantly, it's like perfect. I liked my other one. Oh, okay, and then I can put a butterfly in between, which I've only used one of these, so I'd really like to use another, but I don't think, if I'd have pushed it down, it'd have fit a little better, but oh well. I wasn't preemptively thinking about that. I'll just do a big butterfly right there, though. With some little dots. These are tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay. So that is all I have for Sunday, right? Yeah. I did pull out some weekend scripts, which now I don't know where they went to. Let me see. I still like using a weekend script. I know a lot of people do not. I haven't seen anyone use them in forever. But I do, and with the heart, with it being our anniversary this weekend, I think I'm definitely going to use it. And I'm just going to put it right at the bottom. Do I want it sitting on top of the... These are big decisions, people. Big decisions. Okay. Put that down. There we go. I like that. And then maybe I could do one of the clusters coming off of that. I could, but I think I'll save it. Let me get everything written in, and I'll zoom you out and show you what we're working with. But not the end of the video. I'm going to take you along the ride, the whole ride for this one. So let's take a look. Okay, before I start writing, I realized I forgot my last full box. I don't know what it is with me in the boxes today. It's like insane, right? And I pushed this one a little far down, and my thought process is so I could do floral coming out the top, because that was like a lot of rose gold right there. A lot of, you know. So let me see. Well, you know what? I could take this little part where I was cheap and cut off the point like that, and I think I could make that work. Oh yeah. You don't even know. So that's good. And then right there, what should I put? You know, I haven't used any more of these little vines. No, I'm not going to do that. Change that, my mind quick there. Maybe just one of the long florals. Yep, I'll just leave it like that. Okay, So now I'm going to write everything in. Okay, this is what we're working with, and I have to say I am in love. I'm loving it more than I thought I would. I may have to like continue to put in this much effort. The only thing I will say is I think my handwriting ruined it, but you know, I need to focus on that more to really try, because you know, you're not going to get better if you don't practice, and I'll tell you, I definitely do not practice. So, but I'm excited to see how the week unfolds. So I'll either sit down all at the end of the next week, or you know, little by little, and take you along. I hope you enjoyed it. It's going to be long, but stay in for the ride. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, I am back to memory plan up until Wednesday. It is currently Wednesday, but some things have changed. I'm actually homesick today. Feeling a little better. Nothing too big, but so I figured I might as well go ahead and knock out the first of the week. And so on Monday, all I had left was this little space down here. And I did treadmill, like a long walk on the treadmill, and I watched The Masked Singer, but I'm actually only going to mark my treadmill walk. I typically don't put what I watch on TV just because, I don't know, it's not very important to me. So I'm trying to figure out what box I want to use. I think I'll just use, I think the bright pink's a good color down there. Is that too much pink? No, I think it works. And I'm actually using this little water bottle. I think it's from Crafts by Towie. I'm pretty sure it is. But I want to put some floral. Or maybe I'll just layer the floral over it. So yeah, I'm doing good on my step challenge. Can you, where are my tweezers? So in the month of April, I've been doing a step challenge where I'm trying to, you know, get my 10,000 steps every day, and I've done pretty well. I haven't gotten my steps every single day, but I'm not doing bad, so I'm proud of myself. It's a lot of work because I do have a job where I'm quite stationary, so I had to put in the effort. Okay, and then sorry about that, knocked you around. And then on Tuesday I did yoga, which I'm trying to get more into yoga because it does feel really good for me after the fact, so trying to incorporate it more. Let's see. Can I use that? I mean, it's very fancy for yoga, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use it. And here it's not bothering me because I actually like it. I know earlier in the week I didn't want to use this box when I was pre-planning because I said it was too many similar headers. Whereas this one, since the full box is at the top, it only has one of those headers. So I actually think it makes it look nicer. So I'm just going to use that Yoga Girl, and that's from this icon sampler from my newest addiction. I'm doing pretty good using them. This is all from this kit. And then the two other things is I finally remembered to get my prescription. If you watched my last week's plan with me, I talked about not wanting to forget it. And of course I forgot it. And then my husband told me he'd pick it up for me. Sorry, I'm struggling to get this sticker up. He'd pick it up for me on Monday, and then he forgot it. So he did actually pick it up on Tuesday, thank goodness. So I'm just going to put that down there alone. I'm tempted to make my own little bouquet, but I don't know. That seems hard. Doesn't it? Some people make it so easy, and in reality, it's really not. Okay, I'm not going to do my own bouquet, but I am going to do my... Okay, yeah, someone's definitely here because my dog is barking, and he has on his bark collar even. It's okay, Ash. Which we don't mind him barking when someone's actually here. We typically only put the bark collar on him when he's outside. You know what? I think I'm going to do it from this way. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Then add that right there. That'll work. Okay. Kind of different, right? And then the only other thing, what I say... Oh, my husband was working in the yard, and he started having trouble with some yard equipment. And he sent me to the store, asked me to go to the store to try to find the part he needed. And of course, you know, I could not find it. I honestly do not think they had it, but who knows? Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to push this down, and then I'm going to do a floral at the top coming out. It's okay, Ash. Mama knows they're there. We want him to bark when he's inside for intruders and stuff. I need bigger scissors, you know. So we try not to discourage that too much. But man, the outside barking just got carried away, so we had to get a bark collar for that. And it was like, it doesn't shock him or anything, it just beeps at him. But yeah, when he was like 2, he just started where he would just bark outside like no matter what. And it was driving us insane, so we knew it was driving the neighbors probably insane. Okay, so what did I say that was for? That was for Lowe's. And I don't know if I pulled a sticker for that. I don't think I did. I think I was actually just going to leave it at deco because I didn't have anything. What do you put for going to Lowe's? Who knows? But I am, since the box is kind of plain, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these drops. Because I was kind of worried about that at the beginning of the week. You know, I did a lot of things outside my comfort zone, and it's very full and decorative, and I was worried about at the end of the week it becoming more boring, if you will. So I need to make an effort to make sure I keep using my dots and my butterflies and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and layer those up. And I did keep all my stuff out so that I would be reminded to pull it. As a matter of fact, I think I can, this is really cute. I think I'll do one of these layers right under that box. Yeah, that'll work. And I have the little, oh, I love these. I so regret not buying more of those for sure. I'm going to have to, hopefully, I don't know if Letters to Apollo does like bring back the faves or any of that, but I hope so, because I will definitely go buy tons of those. I need something right here, and that's when I feel like I need, maybe I should just use one of those trims. I wasn't wanting to use another mini mini dangle because I used it right below it, but does it matter? Can you use too many? See, this is where I get unsure. You know, I think I like it like that down there, though. Okay. Okay, I had to step away for a minute. My husband came home, and it is our 10-year wedding anniversary, so I had to spend some time with him, and he left to go get our food. So I think what I was saying, I left off at the bottom of Tuesday, which that was for an errand I ran for him. Okay, so on Wednesday, this is where things are going to change. Unfortunately, Tuesday night, my stomach started feeling bad, and it was just like a lot of nausea. And then sure enough, Wednesday morning, I woke up it was right at 3:30 in the morning, and did not feel good, really upset stomach. So our plans have had to change for the day. I actually had to end up calling in sick from work. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like, you know, about to die or anything, but definitely nauseous. When I move around and whatnot, I can get sick. But so we had to cancel our dinner reservation for tonight. So he's going to pick us up Chick-fil-A right now. Chick-fil-A is like my go-to meal when I'm not feeling great. And I'm going to use another one of these scripts from the Coffee Mamas for the day off. And I'm going to keep what I did here. I wish she had some like house shoes or something to signify I stayed at home. I could use the house. That would be cute for day off, right? Sorry, that's my dog, I swear. He like so loud. I think that's really the only thing she has. Let me see how that'll work. Yeah, I think that'll be cute. And I just had to work some florals in somehow. Yeah, is that cute? Yeah. So anyways, I'm feeling a little better. Just if I move a lot, I'm getting sick. I'm pretty sure I'll make it to work tomorrow. I don't have concern there. But I was sad that we had to cancel our dinner reservation. But we luckily were able to reschedule for Friday night. So we got lucky that they were able to reschedule us fairly easily. But I still don't know what's wrong. We had tacos. I made tacos for Taco Tuesday. And I had made myself chicken, and my husband actually had, is that too tall? I don't know. I had made him beef, so I'm unsure, and he's not sick. So I didn't know if perhaps it was the chicken that got me sick, which is unfortunate because I made a lot, so I'd have leftovers, so I wouldn't have to cook anymore this week. So I haven't determined if I'm going to throw away that food or not yet. So we shall see. But I don't really think it was food poisoning because I've had food poisoning before in my life. And the night I had food poisoning, I literally slept on the bathroom floor. And that was not my experience this time. Which I'd be curious if you've had food poisoning or they're like different extremes of it or not. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and add. I keep forgetting. I got all these great little fillers. What can we call these? Oh, clusters. Okay, they do have a name. I keep forgetting that they have a name. Anyhow, I think that looks just as cute. So, point being, I did not lift weights today. I've actually taken it very easy. I did run one errand because unfortunately I hadn't gotten him a card yet. So I had to get out of the house and go do that. Which I survived, but I did not feel great. Sorry, I'm just cutting down a little bow checklist. And I think what I want to do is have the floral coming out the side of it. I think I've seen someone do that. I cannot for the life of me remember who it was, but I thought it looked really cute. I think they actually layered it on the top. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, I think that'll work right there. Okay, I'm just going to put that down for my 2 errands. Go ahead and put it on this side. And then like I said, he's going to get us Chick-fil-A, and we're going to watch a movie, we decided. Keep it real simple. Which, what else are you really going to do on a... Oh, what's tonight? I don't even know what night of the week it is. See, that doesn't fill it enough. Could have the floral come out of the bottom. I don't think I want to do that, though. You know what? I think I'll put it down here. And then I'll have floral coming out of the top. I like that. So yeah, so anyways, it's a Wednesday night. Like, how much partying can you do on a Wednesday night? It's not like we took off work or anything. So, not partying, but date night. You know, there's not like a ton going on. We debated whether or not to go to Dallas before I was sick to go do something there, but we're not. So let's see. She has this popcorn. So I think we'll put that down for a movie. And I'll layer some floral either behind it or on top of it. Maybe not really floral, just some. I think I'll layer it on top, just like that. That work right there. And I'll just write in Chick-fil-A in a movie. And I may put something for Chick-fil-A. Actually, let me see if I can find anything. Okay, I have this little nugget sticker, and I think that's super cute, so I'll add that down in this corner. But I am going to add, I better slow down on these or I won't have enough for the other side. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to do a mini dangle right there, or should I do a big one? I feel like I'm not using the big ones enough. Yeah, I'll do a bigger one, and I'll do one that I could cut off on the edge if I needed to. Yes, I'll do that and snip off this excess over here. So I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed that, you know, today got all messed up, but you know, that's life. And we were debating whether or not to still go to dinner, but ultimately, I just don't think I'd be able to enjoy it because, you know, when your stomach's upset, you're just not that comfortable. So, and it's quite expensive place, so my thought process is like, I don't want to go spend, you know, $200-300 on dinner and have an upset tummy the whole time. So that's why he's going to get Chick-fil-A. Okay. So let me open this up, and then I will add my workout script. I'm hoping to do it tomorrow. I think I'll feel okay. I might have to do it in the evening. I don't know. We'll see. And if I didn't say, I'm sorry. It's Undo I use to remove this. And it's so nice. It even works great. Like on this is 1, 2, 3. Like a triple layered sticker. And it works just fine. And I think this will even look good there. I don't think it'll look bad. So there we go. That works. Okay, guys. So, like I said, it's only Wednesday night. So I'll be back later. See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm back to finish up this plan with me. It's currently Saturday evening, but I'm far enough along in the week that I can go ahead and finish it. Like Sunday, I only have a little room and I know what I'm doing. But anyways, on Thursday, I have that. I finally was feeling a little better, and I really didn't have nothing much to use for that. So I was just going to use this little pill bottle. It works for me, right? Kind of doesn't make sense, but it in my head does for some reason. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to use for that. I may just layer this little circle icon and then also add some floral behind that as well. Let's see what that looks like. If I just do that in front of it, is that cute? No, I do not like that. So anyways, yeah, I started editing this video and it is so freaking long. Like I'm talking really long. Like I don't know what I'm going to do. I may just put it up, and if people want to watch a long plan with me, they can, or just skip it all together. I don't know. Okay, I really don't like that layering. Okay, let me take that off. Okay, what I'm going to do instead is have something come from the side. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think I'll do that instead. Sometimes, you know, things in your head, they work, and then once you try them, they just do not work. Okay, yeah, I think that looks cute. There we go. And I'll wait until after I write to figure out what else I want to put in. Maybe that's how I should do it. Was that how I was doing it? Like planning and then adding? Okay, and then my husband, after work this day, he went to his parents, and I didn't have much to mark, so I'm going to go ahead and notate that. They needed some help with something, so he ran over there and took care of that for them. Yeah, I was just not too much going on for me for sure. So again, I'm going to put some of this floral like it's coming out of the side of this box. Hope you're in frame. I don't know if you were or not. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll layer the little card underneath that. And the card is from Simply Gilded. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest. Just because I feel like it kind of looks weird because it's notched, and then up there it's not notched, but I can live with it, so we're going to live with it. And then the other thing I wanted to mark is that evening I went to bed early. I'm pretty sure I would have said it earlier in the week, but I hadn't been feeling good this week, and to the point where I actually had to miss work Wednesday. And so I needed to get to bed early is what I'm trying to say. You know what I want here? I want a floral floor. Let me go grab that. Okay, I actually changed my mind on the floral floor because I didn't use one on the first half of the week, and there's nowhere to put one. And when I use those, I like to keep it fairly consistent. So instead, to take up space, I'm just going to use that cut floral. And then I don't want to use the same box, so I will. What did I do with that really cute sticker I had? Already lost it. I'm going to use this little tag. There we go. And where's that clouds? There it is. I put them down on all different things and then lose them. Yeah, I'll put it a little higher. There we go. Okay, so on to Friday. Friday, we ended up, since we had to reschedule our anniversary dinner, we ended up going to dinner this night at Prime, which was absolutely delicious. And I'm going to use one of these layers again from this Panda Bird Design and Gathered Plans. Yeah, so dinner was absolutely delicious. One of our steaks was overcooked, but they immediately corrected it and were so nice about it that, you know, we really didn't even mind. I'm not sure how I want to do this. I know I need it to take up quite a bit of space. Actually, I'll save a little bit room at the bottom because we did one more thing together for our anniversary. Should I do that? No. I need it to be bigger. I'm going to have to cut another one, which is fine. I just always tend to try to use the leftovers first. But anyways, I started, oh gosh. Oh no. There we go. I started editing this plan with me already, and oh my gosh, it is so long. I don't know if anyone will be able to stick in to watch it all. Like, it is very, very long. And I haven't even added like all my clips yet, so it's kind of insane. I don't know if I'll do any other talk throughs when I plan this style. It may just be way too long, and that's all there is to it. I don't know who will be able to sit through that long plan with me, but I do when Lauren publishes like her double plan with wees and stuff. Sometimes those are an hour or two, and I've sat through them. So, okay, yeah. So I'll use that right there, and that'll be for our fancy Prime dinner. And then the only other thing we did that night is we have these, I can't remember what it's called. I apologize, but it is for couples to like strengthen your relationship. It has these like conversation cards, and we've started trying to do those, you know, just build up our marriage a little. So we did that for a little bit last night. It's pretty fun. It makes you communicate. It's supposed to help you open up the lines of communication and whatnot. So, but I don't have that much space, so I'm wanting to use a real thin box, which I don't really see that I have one, to be honest. I could definitely cut one of these down. Okay, I'm going to cut this box and just make it thinner. So just cut some of the bottom off. There we go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so today I actually, before we went, we had our friend's birthday party. But before that, I took the dogs on a long walk. It was a very fast walk. We did it in like a record amount of time, which tired them out, which was my goal. So that worked. So let me figure out how I'm going to put that in. I feel like I need the green. What else do I have today? Okay, not much. So go ahead and put that right there. Keep it simple. Why not, right? Sometimes simple may work best. Okay. And then the other two things is after the party, we went to Costco, and then I also filmed today. I filmed what I eat in a day and whatnot. So, and here I'm just trying to layer my own bouquet of sorts. See if I can do that at all. I feel like I did better when I was this style, when I was doing it all back to back, and now that I've had a break, it's more difficult for me. Does that happen to anyone else later in the week if you do this style? I almost feel like it'd be easier if I just had planned it all at once, like one go. Okay, and I'm going to put that one behind it. I think that'll look good. Oh, goodness. It has to be more behind it. I think next week's plan with me, I'm not going to film. I think I'm going to give myself a little break so I can just take my time and enjoy it. Well, not necessarily take my time, because Lord forbid I took my time on this plan with me. Oh my goodness, we'll see how long it turns up. Okay, I like that. And then I'll go ahead and add a little floral over there. Is that cute? Yeah, I'll leave it. Why not? And then is the Costco trip. For Costco, I have a really pretty, these are my newest addiction. I love this with all the food bags. Very nice. I think I'll use a pretty plain box for that. Do I want to do any floral? You know, I think I'll just put it on top. Layer it around. There we go. That'll work. And then once I add in my little butterflies and stuff, it'll fill it up. And so on Sunday, I'm going to do what I did earlier in the week right here with this little checklist. I'm going to try to kind of replicate that and do another checklist. I'm not sure how many hearts I want. I want at least 3. Oh yeah, I'm going to do 3. If I do 4, I feel like it, let me see. Yeah, 4 actually fits quite well, but it's a little crowding for this space, so. And I actually have 3 things written down, so 4 would have just given me a little bit of extra space, which I don't necessarily need. Okay, so I'm going to move it a little bit like that, and the reason being is so I can do my own. Oh, look, there's like this longer flower, so I can put like a flower over on that side. Yeah, like that. And I do have an icon. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use it for the spacing, but we'll see. And then once I write in my checklist, I'll do a dangle as well. Okay, so let me write everything in, and then I'll bring you back to do my little fillers and close out the video. Okay, so now I'm just going to try to fill it all in and kind of make it not match, but you know, do what I did on the other side on this side, so it does have some, it's a bit cohesive as it can be, as much as it can be, I should say. I have one of the longer dangles. Can I do that over here somehow? I think that'll work. I'm going to cut off the very end circle of both of them, actually. I think it fit better that way. Yep, there we go there. That works. But I wanted to see if I could use, at first, before I do that, at least one of these larger butterflies, because I used one on the other side, so I'd like to use one here. Okay, that'll work right there. That looks cute, right? And I think I could potentially use another one down on this side. Let's see if I take the sticker up, if it looks better. I do like that. I actually didn't even have to take that sticker up. Okay. I do feel like I need some green floral over there, though. Sorry if you can hear my computer going off. I'm not sure why it's going off, to be honest. I feel like it doesn't usually go when it's closed. I didn't think it really went off. Okay, that at least adds some color back there. Not much color, but adds a little. I want to use this tiny twig. Yeah. Maybe not there. Come on. Okay, so now that I got those butterflies, let me squeeze in a few hearts. Surely I can fit some hearts, right? Yeah, right here by our anniversary dinner. That'll work. And then just some of the other smaller butterflies. Which I hope, if anyone has any pull with letters of Apollo, can we beg her to bring these back? I need a ton more. Oh, I'm going to put that one right there on that. So, okay. Maybe just a few dots to fill it in. Y'all have to tell me, do y'all mind these super chatty playing with me's, or would you rather the speed through, you know, type? I don't know. I actually prefer both. Like when I'm watching, I don't really mind one or the over the other, to be honest. Although I would like to find some people who do more pre-planning. I've missed seeing people pre-plan. Okay. So I think that's all I'm going to use. I can't really fit any of these larger ones in. I mean, I'm sure I could somewhere, right? Let's see. Oh, yep, I can. Can't have too many, right? Okay, let me open it up and I'll show you what all I have left over from the kit. Okay, friends, this is how everything looks, and I have to say I absolutely love it. It actually may be my favorite spread of all time, so that's saying a lot, isn't it? It took a lot of work, though, like a ton of work. Okay, and so this is what I have left. A lot of boxes, which I'll save. And then I have some floral, which I'll probably be able to pull these into other kits since they're just pink. A little bit left here, just some dividers and whatnot, not too terribly much. And I have one full box and some headers, 2 full sets of headers. So, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching, and this is seriously maybe the world's longest plan with me. Bye!